With those two things, Mr. Speaker, I would like to yield to the gentleman from Hardin 25 for any further explanation on this particular topic.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Hardin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As we know, the state gets its tax money for roads predominantly from the annual registration taxes that we pay for our cars, as well as the gasoline tax, which is approximately 26 cents per gallon. So as cars become more and more electrified, cars that are driving on the roads aren't buying gasoline to pay for those roads that they are using, which will soon put a big damper on the state's highway funds. To put it in perspective, every manufacturer has put in a date to have their fleet 50 to 100% electrified by the year 2030. That is less than 8 years away. 2030, think about that. Ford F-150s are now fully electric if you want one for $39,000. That's the same price for a four-wheel drive, and that's four-wheel drive. So, Mr. Speaker, what we did is we looked at some numbers, and we wanted to try to give some equivalency to what a gasoline engine consumer would pay to the state road taxes and what a EV would pay, or a hybrid. And they're different because a hybrid is both electric and gas. So they are paying some gas tax. So with that, Mr. Speaker, we came up with some numbers, and it's approximately for a hybrid, and we defined it in the bill as to what that would look like, what makes a hybrid and a EV and an EV. And for a hybrid, it's going to be about $70 a year, and if you run the numbers, that's what somebody would pay a year at the gas pump for taxes with a hybrid. And for an EV, somebody who's driving 15,000 miles a year, around 25 mile per gallon car, that's around $140, $150, and that's what we've put in this bill is $140. And it's simply an equivalent. It's not a tax increase. It's simply an equivalent to keep it fair for those who are still buying gas for their gas-powered cars. And then there's one other provision. With gasoline, everybody that travels through our state that buys gas is helping to fund our roads. So we don't want to miss that. That's a big adder to our state's economy, the folks that stop and buy gas. Well, the way it's working for EVs is people are stopping at charging stations and filling up their batteries. So it's still a filling station. It's just they're filling with current instead of filling with gas. So what we've done is we've looked at how much current are we going to use, and we've come up with an equivalent pennies per kilowatt, and that number is 3 cents. So your average car, for instance, a Ford Mustang Mach-E, would pay just under $2 to fill their Mustang up, to drive another 250 some odd miles, which is about what you pay for gasoline tax. So, Mr. Speaker, I hope that's a good explanation. As we go to the question section of this, I'll be happy to take more questions. Thank you.
Gentleman from Todd.